Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is a city that was built on manufacturing and intensive industry. At the time, this brought the city great wealth and prosperity, but as Pittsburgh has aged, the scars left behind by the industrial upbringing pose a risk to the Pittsburgh community today.
Pittsburgh has a lot of legacy pollution, mostly due to two things. One is that we're a very old city, so our infrastructure for our roads, bridges, stormwater systems, and houses are all very old. And as they get older, and we had the economic downturn of the second half of the 20th century, they just started developing more and more problems. Vacant, abandoned homes and weathering paint and those types of things have left a lot of lead and arsenic and other contaminants in our residential areas. We also are a steel city, so we have that legacy of industrial contamination, and that's things like lead and arsenic, but also cadmium and chromium and the stuff you would find when you're making steel or recycling batteries or processing scrap metal. So all those things are sort of in our urban environment.
Despite an environmentally negligent past, Pittsburgh has recently been focusing on redevelopment through more sustainable means. This entails creating a city that is able to meet the needs of its residents today without compromising the ability of future residents from meeting needs of their own. A key player in Pittsburgh's sustainability scene is the Allegheny County Conservation District.
Conservation districts are a little different county by county and state by state, but here in Allegheny County, we pretty much do three main things that impact sustainability. One is we run regulatory oversight for the Department of Environmental Protection. So we issue and oversee permits related to wetland and stream impacts and stormwater controls for developments, and oversee the permitting for earth disturbance activities that are over an acre. Apart from that, we have our stormwater and urban ag and urban soils programming, and that's stream monitoring, water modeling for stormwater impacts, trying to help communities deal with water and control where it goes and filter it naturally into the environment. And then on the urban soil side, it's things like mapping lead contamination, helping communities and nonprofits work out contamination issues and identify the best ways to address long-term sustainability and environmental health in green spaces.
The Conservation District provides free soil testing by request. This is typically driven by interest in vacant parcels of land within the city or the surrounding areas. Testing is begun by dividing the usually rectangular parcels into grids of 10-foot by 10-foot squares. For each square of the grid, 5 samples of soil are taken and mixed in a paper bag. Once back at the office, the soils are dried and then grinded with a mortar and pestle before being run through a sieve. The finely grained sample is then placed in a plastic bag, and an X-ray fluorescence spectrometer is used to analyze the soil for arsenic, lead, and other heavy metal contaminants. Parcels of land that test at safe levels of metal contaminants can then be adopted by the interested party and used for various projects. Common urban agriculture projects in the city include community gardens as well as pollinator gardens. In this way, vacant parcels of land are transformed into beneficial assets for a community.
Well, there's a lot of value in green space, just in general, like outside of the food aspect of urban agriculture and community gardens. It adds habitat and has environmental benefits in terms of cleaning up the air, making for a more visually appealing community. But then beyond all that, there are a number of benefits that are related to mental and physical well-being, community cohesion, increased property values for surrounding residents, a general quality of life improvement, and then on the food side, it's all about resilience and self-sustainability. Really, it's about, allowing people the opportunity to grow food closer to home and supply themselves with healthy food, and then you get all those sort of community benefits as well.
Although Pittsburgh still has a long way to go before becoming truly sustainable, the city has made great strides in moving away from its industrial and polluted past. The community is adapting to the changing world, and the Allegheny County Conservation District is doing their part in serving as a leader in the movement towards a sustainable future. Anyone can get involved in making Pittsburgh a healthier place, and it's easy to do. Get involved in a local community garden or even start a garden of your very own. Even something as simple as planting flowers can spark a change in your neighborhood. Throw your hands in the dirt and use the soil as an asset to build a sustainable future.